The Table is Yours podcast contains content that may not be suitable for some audiences, such as themes of violence, swearing, sexual language, alcohol, and death. We advise you to check the episode description for any other specific content warnings. Please, if any sequences or episodes are ever triggering or uncomfortable in any way, we ask you to take a pause from the episode or skip it entirely. It is important that our table is a safe space for everyone, including you.
The Table is Yours podcast is a role-playing adventure show where a bunch of friends around a table and, through video call, play tabletop role-playing games like Dungeons & Dragons. Together, we hope to bring the joy and fun of our game to you, wherever you are, as if you're part of our table. For when you're sitting, creating, and playing with us, the table is yours.
Hello, and welcome to The Table is Yours, a role-playing adventure show where a bunch of friends sit around a table and through video call to play TTRPGs such as currently Dungeons and Dragons.
I ripped my shirt.
I am Con Riley. I am your GM. My pronouns are they, them. You can follow me anywhere at Kryles or Kryles_. You will find it surely on the interwebs. For a fun fact this week, we are going to be saying our shared celebrity birthday people. I usually say somebody, but now that person has fallen out of grace and I don't like them, I'm not going to say them anymore. But I found out recently, Joseph Quinn, a.k.a. Eddie from season 4 of Stranger Things, he and I share a birthday 3 years apart. Basically brothers. Only closer. Anyway, let's go around and meet our birthday friends, starting with Lexi. It's none of our birthdays, but it's our birthday. Well, it could be when this comes out, but probably not.
Who knows?
It's birthday in your heart.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Say it back.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Doctor. Hi, my name is...
Right.
My name is Lexi May. Hi, my name is Lexi May. I use she, her
Try again.
pronouns. Hi, my name is Lexi May.
Try again.
Hi, my name is Lexi May.
Try that again.
Hi, my name is Lexi May.
Hi, my name is Lexi May. I use she, her pronouns, and I play the human artificer, who also uses she, her pronouns. You can find me at Be Real with Lexi May Help You and Instagram with Lexi May Hunter. And the birthday I share an exact birthday with Lamar Jackson, who plays in the NFL, but the one I tell everybody is I share a birthday with Nick Cage.
Yeah.
Nick Cage!
This intro did not have to be as unhinged as it was.
Hi, I'm Andrew. I play Wash. My character and my pronouns are he, him. My celebrity birthday twins are Regis Philbin and Ivan the Terrible.
Right.
Yes.
Hi, my name is Sydney. My pronouns are she, her, as are Codex's, the little rabbit girl that I play. Don't find me. And I didn't know anybody that I shared birthdays with, so I googled it right now and learned some crazy stuff. However, so the main one I'll say is I believe I share a birthday with Toni Collette.
Oh yeah.
I love Toni Collette.
Yeah.
Also Jenny, the host from The Masked Singer, Jenny
McCarthy.
Even more cursed. I share an exact birthday and also potentially an exact birth location with Lil Peep.
Oh, no.
Nice.
Hi, my name is Rebecca. I play Isabella Valador, Tiefling Paladin Bard. We both use she, her pronouns. And my birthday twin that I like to share is Will Arnett.
Yeah.
And fun fact is that when I was abroad in China, there were 37 of us in the program, and 4 of us had the same birthday.
Hey.
Hey.
My name is Vic. I play
Hi,
Resident Big
Vic.
Boy.
Big boy.
I play Resident Big Boy, Terrence Astonis. My pronouns are they, them. Terry's are he, they. And my birthday twin exactly is Jungkook from BTS.
Yep.
But my better one is Zendaya.
Hey everybody, I'm Heather Lore. I play Shay Erebos. You can find me anywhere on social media at Land of Lore. And, okay, so my birthday's 420. There's a lot of people that share in that day. There's a lot of things that went down on that day. That's why everyone likes to smoke a lot. The first one that everyone knows is Hitler.
I didn't know that.
But also Carmen Electra.
That's a good one.
And George Takei.
That's a good one.
And Jessica Lange.
Ooh!
god.
Yeah, okay.
There's
The
not
next
going to
time
be a
you're-
swimming pool, you stupid slut.
Stupid slut. Except for one who's currently being a slut.
Yeah, there is
in the
going to be a
swimming
swimming
pool.
pool for you, stupid slut.
But you're still a stupid slut.
Oh, excuse me, I have to go get to it. God.
Right. And of course, you can follow us everywhere at TTIYDND on all social medias. Follow us and support us on Patreon. We got Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, all that good stuff. Well, with that, if there's no questions, concerns, queries, wonders, hopes, dreams, wishes, wants, needs, let us get into the recap. What story shall be sung today? One can never know how the melody might sound. Our adventurers have already begun to pluck the strings of their story, and their combined composition is unfolding like a road before us.
So we ended up being surrounded by a bunch of zombies and 2 large oozes, which overpowered us pretty quickly, resulting in Issa calling Casimir over a sending stone to come down and help us escape. When we tried to get out of Dodge, Codex and Issa had a hard time, so Terry and I helped them as best we could while we ran from the Vat House to make our way back to the Blacklights. During this time, one split off when we got closer to Verano's old warehouse, getting a sense or calling from the old river, and at the bottom of the river, she saw diamonds, almost exactly as that Malachite dude told her. As Casimir, Shay, and for some reason Maud found us by Verano's old place, Codex and myself ran after one, seeing her jump into the river. Suddenly, one was in a strange place talking to a pink woman in red latex dress on. The woman said something about one having dealt with these diamonds before, probably just another trapped god wanting out.
All right. So, let us pick up exactly where we left off. You've seen one of these before.
She kind of probably is blushing a little bit. It's kind of panicking. Well, how do I respond to that? And just twice.
So then that means you must be in the business of helping us. And she kind of it's almost the way she moves. It's like she glides. It's very Morticia in the 1990s Addams Family movies, where it's she just kind of glides everywhere. Or the female disguise that the Martians have in Martians Attack. Yeah. It's kind of she just kind of glides. But it's because it's the smoke trail. And she kind of whisks over to the this pillar that has the diamond with the gold wiring around it.
I kind of move my way over there. I'm looking at her. It's kind of compared to the tumultuous previous 2 times that I've done this, this is so calm. Can I just take it? As she kind of is moving her hands slowly up to it.
You kind of slowly move your hands up to the diamond as you then feel this barrier. I mean, you could, but you need to get to it. And the problem is, she snaps and you're at the bottom of the fucking river and you're looking at dirt as your hand is in fucking mud and grime, and you're back.
So I just keep digging.
I don't know. You tell me. I'm the one who's trapped. The best way I can describe her is a mix between Hades from the Hercules movie and Eris from Sinbad. Not how she looks, but her demeanor and manipulation of the elements that she has. Her hair flows like the smoke. Anyway, but when she says, "I'm the one that's trapped," you kind of watch as some of the smoke kind of pitters off of her body and turns into these to be honest, probably comical, almost fuzzy handcuffs that trap around her hands. And she kind of pouts and puts her hands forward. Roll a charisma save.
Do you have charisma?
I do not, but a 17?
Okay. It doesn't seem like she's doing something to necessarily distract you, but for a second you're kind of I don't want to say you're lost in the sauce there, but you're kind of
I'm lost in the sauce.
You're kind of oh my god, she's beautiful. She's beautiful and enchanting, oh my god, and kinky.
I'm sorry, Mom.
But she at there's probably a moment where you're looking at her and she's pay attention. It doesn't seem like she did anything actively to make you do that.
Yeah.
Very similar to the anger thing with the Scarred Warlord. It seems like this feeling of wanton pleasure is kind of overtakes you at moments, but it seems like she's more nervous that she's okay, yes, I'm beautiful, stop.
Yeah, I know I'm super fucking hot, but pay attention to my bondage.
I don't know if this will work, but she's gonna
You kiss her.
pull out her... You know you could have not laughed and let me finish that, so it didn't just say, I'm going to pull out. She takes the rifle and tries to, like, jab into it.
Tunk, as it just, like, hits whatever this, like, invisible barrier is. Okay, great. You've jumped in, Shay?
I've jumped in, yeah.
Okay, Wash has jumped... Did you jump in as well, or no?
No,
Okay.
Codex did.
Codex and Shay have both jumped in. You both see, it just looks like she's almost like, the best way I can I'm trying to think of like a good image of what it looks like. One is like cradled. You kind of see her like, almost like her limbs are kind of like out extended towards like, as she's kind of floating at the bottom, towards the bottom of this riverbed. As you guys are like with her back towards you, back towards the surface of the water, as you guys are diving in after her. What are you both trying to do?
I'm just gonna swim down. I'm gonna stay as alert as I can if there's anything else in this water with us, but my main focus is getting to one, but I'm gonna stay as alert as possible.
Roll perception. And again, she's floating still where the river is moving. The river is not a still piece of water. Codex, what are you doing?
How far away is she from us?
20 feet?
I'm gonna start swimming towards her. Codex is pretty one-track minded. She's just gonna start trying to get towards her. And if I can get to her, I think I only have 15 feet because it's half movement, right?
Yes, it is half movement when you're swimming.
Whenever I get to her, I'm not gonna try and immediately lift her out. She's going to try and swim to at least see her face to see if she's like drowning or not. Because if she's weirdly still, she's concerned that like something is happening, and if she disturbs her, something worse could happen.
Gotcha.
So I'm just gonna try and swim around her and make sure that check if she's drowning, and then I'll try and surface if I have to breathe.
And then what did you get for your perception check? 22. Noted. I'm just gonna say you have it on the perception. Are you also going 15 feet down just to get as close as you can?
Yeah.
Gotcha. In a kind of round-based way, what are you doing, Wash?
I'm just gonna prepare a rope to throw in whenever
Noted.
something happens.
Issa, Kaz is with you right now, and Maud is coming to go check it out. Maud's gonna probably like... Anybody have any idea what's down there?
One idiot and two people trying to help.
Okay. And she probably you probably watched the first time, like Maud. She always has her black hair just kind of like dangling down. You watch as she kind of like pulls it back and puts it into like a long ponytail. You usually see Maud in her full gear. She's just wearing like a turtleneck tank top and black jeans, very similar to like what Codex usually wears. With her exposed arms, she does have this like blue, looks like this blue serpent tattoo that's around her entire arm that goes, the teeth go to, like the mouth open, go to the base of her palm. The forked tongue of the snake goes out from where the jaw goes on her hand out to the bed of her fingernail of her middle finger.
Nice. Cool.
She has a very cool tattoo. But she probably pulls her hair up as she looks like she's getting ready to do something probably. As we then pivot it back to... Oh no, we'll pivot to Kaz and Issa. We can go over what happened when we're safe. Should I be concerned about one, or is it not my business to pry?
I don't know what she's doing down there. I'm worried about her and everyone who just jumped in. We're in the murk side, and people who can't see in the dark just jumped in to the river. So I think I want to go after them.
Kaz probably puts his hand down and grabs yours as he kind of leads you to the side of the river, and then he looks over to Maud and Wash and says, "Keep your eyes about you. Anything could be in there. And I don't mean our friends." All right, now back to one. Well, I don't know how successful that was, but here's a suggestion. Step towards me and let me look into you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
She agrees. She takes a step forward and she kind of throws her hands open and very blush on her face and is there a particular, I hate to say position, but position you want me in?
Oh, darling, you really are wanting. Roll a charisma save.
Can I choose to fail?
Yeah.
You failed?
Yeah.
Great.
Oh no.
Get turned inside out. Well,
you kind of walk forward to her, and she kind of approaches you. You watch as her hands kind of outreach towards you. Again, she does have physical form to her. It just looks kind of smoky at points, but when it moves, it kind of almost seems blurry from smoke. As she reaches out to touch your temples, and you get hit with almost this euphoric bliss as you are fully numb to her feeling now. No one else is there, so I guess you don't hear what she would say, but she would be like, "Oh, not another one."
Fuck.
At this point, Shay and Codex, your attention is diverted to one who you're both about 5 feet from, who is now releasing air from her body as she is drowning.
I grab a foot.
Okay, do you grab one too, Codex?
Yeah, as soon as I see that she's drowning, I'm going to use the last check of the might that I have, and this pink energy kind of explodes from her and turns into this giant squid, and as she wraps her arms around one, she like the tentacles also kind of wrap around her and starts to like lift us forward.
All right, so you guys both kind of pull her up and bring her to the surface as you kind of like pull her onto the side on the bricks as she kind of lays down. And does anybody just kind of like someone make a survival check, like one of you two, just to see if you can like push the water out of her lungs?
Terry just goes.
Yes, mod 20.
All right, tell me what happens. How do you like? What do you do?
As soon as we throw her up, we probably flop one up on her back, and then I flip her, and I think I would use some of my smoke to just kind of like give a little more oomph, because I
Gotcha.
did that the last time. I kind of put it over your mouth. So I know. So Shay puts one hand like kind of hovering above your mouth, and the little smoke goes around it, and then she just sort of push on the diaphragm to try and get any water out.
And you kind of cough it up.
Yeah, so I start coughing immediately and probably like shoot myself up. This is probably the first time like anybody's like seen one's exposed back. Where the line from where her magic goes to a branding in her back.
The brand looks like some type of infernal script.
Can I read it?
You can, yeah, if you go up to it to look. Do you let go of Kaz's hand?
Issa would try to kind of drag Kaz with her to one.
If you start leaning forward, Kaz will let go of your hand for you to go.
Okay. Yes, no, I am going up to one to read.
Okay. Looks like someone basically tattooed something on her. Infernal doesn't always have to be written left to right, so it's probably written in this circle way, but the text in this circle literally reads tongue-tied.
One, are you okay?
I'm definitely like just regaining my breath as I go, like, and probably once my breath kind of settles for a second, I kind of like shove anybody off as I stand up and prepare to dive again.
Oh, absolutely.
What
not.
did you see?
One, what did you see?
I'm going to grapple her.
Good. Yes, absolutely.
I'm not.
What did you see?
Maud's also like, what did you see?
Shut up, you.
Maud's seen it before. If you, lest you forget, Maud was also part of the
Maud
Darker
was there.
Diamond shit. She was there for that.
I think something's down there.
What?
A diamond. It's calling to me, so you can follow me down. I'm trying to help us.
There was no diamond down there.
I kind of look to Codex to be like, you can join me down there.
One, there was nothing down there. You were just drowning.
I looked at Codex and I'm like, you have to believe me.
She looks a little scared. And then she kind of like side eyes everybody else, and then she kind of like looks back at you, and she just gives you like a little nod. I'll come with.
Which god did you see? Because
She was pink and beautiful. She kind of like blushes a little bit.
Nice.
how did she make you feel?
Next question.
One, we're on a timer. This only lasts for a while, and she like gestures to the fucking squid in the water. No, it's probably like as the water is hitting it, it's like it's almost like knocking the visage away, and it kind of is having to reform every time the water hits at it.
I think we need a better plan here. You just drowned.
This is the better plan. I have somebody to grab me if I do drown.
What are you going to do if you forget? Answer the question.
Answer it.
Casimir kind of chimes in and says, what are you going to do if you get the diamonds?
Bring it back. We have a plan.
No wishes.
Not until we know what happens next.
Noted.
I think we all need a level head here. I will go with you. I think this is a terrible idea, but I want to make sure you don't die again. Let's go.
And with that, I die.
Okay, then never mind.
What was
Wash,
Washington?
let's
I was
not
gonna
do
tie the rope around you just in case.
I'm going to say it's too late now.
Too late now.
Sorry.
There's
Yeah.
a squid.
You can tie the rope around Shay.
If you're like rope, I'll like grab it as I'm jumping in, or unless Shay takes it.
So Shay, Codex are falling behind one, yeah?
Yeah.
It's a terrible idea.
Okay, Shay and Codex, both of you please roll a wisdom check. You can use your proficiency from perception or insight if you have it.
Okay. I see. And just a check, not a save, yeah?
Yes, yes, yes.
Cool. Oh, fuck yeah. 24.
24?
I got a 10.
10. Now make your charisma save, Shay.
Oh, that's an easy one. Yeah, 25.
Noted. Okay, so you now note the presence of this aura, this like pink aura that I described last episode, and you don't necessarily see the diamond X-ray vision like one does, but you do feel the sense of like a pulse of something underneath the earth at the bed of the river. but you do not get pulled into the vision like one immediately does. As you do, you kind of watch. She's probably like almost like Ariel fucking on the rock, like looking at the diamond, like just sighing, and then she kind of like, "You didn't drown? That's a first. Most people do." And she kind of like shows you the rest of the room, and if you look back, you do see like drowned men all around the room.
Luckily, this time I brought friends. Oh, I'm not going to drown. Do you want to try again?
I would never say never or not. Be my guest. And she just kind of like gestures to the pillar with the diamond
I'm going to try to reach again to see if I can touch it.
barrier.
Do you want to try to come in again?
Last time I did that, you became basically putty in my hand.
Well, now I know what to expect.
I'm
No, you
different now,
don't.
baby. I've changed.
I've changed, baby.
It took dying and coming back.
Have you heard of a siren's call?
Yes.
Who do you think fucking invented that? She kind of like humps and like looks the other way. Also imagine it times like 20, so...
Well, there are two people following behind me. They might be of stronger constitution than I.
Not my fault they can't see me. Do you think as a trapped goddess, I'm choosing to be stuck in a riverbed?
You gotta understand, I'm like 23. This is all new to me, too.
Darling, I don't care.
I'm trying to figure it out, too. I'm trying to help you.
I understand that. Bound, as she like, you see like her, she basically like the smoke kind of like ties around all of her, like she's fully like BDSM style. Bound. She's like, I am bound. I cannot help you in any way except I try to tap in your mind and you became basically flesh putty. Not all people just end up drowning in place. Some people get consumed. That's what happens when you're the goddess of pleasure and beauty. Wink. I love being the lady of want. It's so fun. She just like sits there, hops around.
In her shibari. Just...
Yeah, in shibari, just hopping around.
So, last time we did this, when we fell prey to what the god wanted, it kind of helped amplify and helped free the diamond.
Okay. Like she looks so bored. She's
So
like,
what I'm saying is that, can you throw me back into my body?
you want me to resume time as normal for you outside of this?
Do you think I could pull someone in, is what I'm saying?
Darling, it is not something I necessarily control.
I'm not asking you to control it. I'm asking for your knowledge of it.
Many people, when they see me, usually end up being fully enamored with me. However, if you're somehow seeing me beneath the bed, that's what I know has been few and far between that have been able to see it. I guess my beauty cannot be seen through the mud covering me. And before you ask, no, I don't know if it's just mud. I don't know if you can just dig it out. I assume not, otherwise I would have been freed ages ago.
So what I'm saying is... I'm trying to come up with ideas. I'm sorry that that doesn't please you.
Say your idea. Like she just looks so like she's like I am over it.
I have a friend coming down to
Okay.
help protect me.
Okay.
And maybe if I can convince them
Okay.
to show pleasure in some way, they might be more perceptible to your charm.
Maybe.
Is that a better idea than...
Darling, any idea is a better idea.
Then-
You can't ask me. It's been, I don't even know, what year is it? I don't even know how long I've been here. The last time I'd made things do things together, you barely had fire to your name.
So give me 3 seconds and pull me back.
Darling, I don't... What about I don't pull... She still is bound.
I don't know how I
don't
end up
pull you
here.
back. You
I
fall
don't
into
know
it
how I
because
end up
you're
here. I'm trying to figure
susceptible.
this out too.
You're the one who's susceptible to pleasure. No, I'm not doing anything.
Well, fucking sue me.
I'm not trying to be clever. Listen, I know I'm very sexy and beautiful and everybody wants me. And
This
that
is
is
true.
just a cold hard fact. It doesn't matter your sexuality, who you are, or how you identify. Everybody wants me.
I'm not denying this.
Anyway, when I'm binding myself like this, and when I said you've done this before, I am not the rest of my kin. I made a choice. I fell on the wrong side of the coin. My fault, but it doesn't define me. Anyway, darling, you coming into this sphere of influence reads more on you than it does me. Also, I just put myself in a chair. What are you seeing I look like when I'm stuck? That reads a lot on this person's psyche that's seeing it. I'm sitting in a chair currently. What do I look like to you?
Next question.
Right.
Yeah, chair.
It's a chair. It's a chair.
You're in a chair. Sweating bullets. How am I sweating at the bottom of a river?
She's like, what color is the chair? You're like, I'm colorblind.
Zap, put it in perspective for you.
Does put it a little bit in perspective.
Okay, well then, Miss Want, go back up and figure it out. She kind of just like sits down. She probably, like, to be honest, she probably like gets in a prostrated like pose, like on her knees, just like in slumps.
I'll be back.
I hope you're not dehumanizing me, like with your eyes.
No.
Your desires.
I wonder if someone's objectifying me right now. Turns to like fucking in Shibari like this. I wonder if someone in this room is objectifying me.
I can't believe I'm blind now.
Right there.
I love this god.
I know, she's great.
But yeah, I'm gonna try to come to my being.
Yeah, she probably just snaps, and then you're like, as you
Yeah, I don't
rise
like
to the
point up.
surface.
Got it. All right, I'm gonna swim up.
Yeah, I swim up too.
Okay, so it's a god of want and pleasure.
Yes.
Oh.
And she's beautiful.
It's just just her titties.
It's she kind of like you can see she kind of like slurks down a little bit, and she's like blushing a little bit, and she's like, "And I am most susceptible to her pleasure."
Does Wash make that sound?
Well, if I could duck your pay, I would duck your pay.
You know my boss.
Oh.
At this point, now that someone has said pleasure, you're like, pleasure. You're probably all thinking about it. So now everybody make a charisma save.
Yay. I want to see the
I'll do it for Kaz and Maud as well.
Nice. Okay.
I rolled so fucking low.
Oh no.
Join me in the water, horny
Everyone's
fuck.
gonna get so horny.
One's like bashfully, she's like, and it's really the pleasure's getting to me. He says like, I killed Wash because I got angry. Like, I was like, it's fine, girl.
Is
Girl,
this a
you're
sexy
fine.
beach
Girl?
episode?
Right.
Did you get an outward?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go around.
I loved it.
Kaz got a 21.
Yes.
Maud got a 20.
Yes.
They're both like, whatever, freaks. Like, they're like, you fucking
You horny
freaks.
children.
One, you don't need to make one, you're already susceptible to Wash.
I rolled a 3 plus 2.
Yep, that's a fail. So you now see the pulsing.
boys.
You feel the pulsing, you feel the pull, and you see the diamond X-ray vision style. Codex.
I got a 21.
Yes.
You're fine. Issa.
17.
17, you're fine. And then Shay?
Shay got a 19.
Yep, Shay's fine.
Typical.
So,
She's really good at charisma.
Wash, you feel like a tug at your, you feel a tug at your ankles going down. Not if you look, like there is not anything, even though it's dark waters. But yeah, there's not anything. And then Terry, yeah, you will fall full in.
I hit it and then just.
Yeah.
She's gonna take his cigarettes out, put them on the ground, pass someone the rope, and just give it back, and then dive in.
Interesting. One, have your moment for a second, and then I'm assuming you're probably gonna go back with them.
Oh, so excited.
So I'm gonna go back down.
I mean, as people start diving back under, Codex just gives this like annoyed groan and like slaps the water and takes this deep breath, and she's just gonna go down and like if anybody starts drowning,
Yeah.
Are you
Same
going back
with
down,
Shay, yeah.
I'm going to monitor the babies.
Probably mom's like, we'll sit here and just make sure no creepy Merc side things come after you. We'll somehow I'll signal if there's trouble.
Appreciate
Who has
it.
the rope?
Huh?
Who has the rope?
It was tied to Shay?
I have it, yeah. I have it like around my waist or something.
Yeah. All right. So, thump, 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 like you'll just like appear in this place.
And Codex and I are just like,
Here's what I'll say. I'm gonna throw it back at the two of you. You tell me how you would see this goddess, Terrence.
It's probably like, she probably just looks like really strong. Like, it is definitely kind of leaning into that, like.
She goes, "Hey, twerp."
Yeah.
And you go, "Ah!"
She's really tall and really strong and, like, just a little bit domineering.
Wash.
I don't know, like an alternative tomboy.
Interesting.
And mine is BDSM. Which is on brand.
Oh, good.
yes.
More friends. Hi, I'm a goddess. Hi, I'm stuck to this diamond. Hi, I can see you've interacted with one of these before. Hi, I'd like to get out. No, I'm not in charge of the thing that's happening. It's just a proverbial thing.
Perverted.
I think as she's talking, because she's saying so much at once, I'm like...
Yeah. No, I do not control the aura. No, I don't know how to help you. If I did know how to help you, I'd be out already. This wouldn't be the problem. Is that enough to cover the bases?
Yeah.
Good.
So
We're all in the same.
Yeah, you're on the same thing,
so-
but you all see different hers.
So what I'm thinking is that, remember, Issa did something out of hate. We have to do something out of pleasure.
What the hell are you saying right now?
I want out of here.
Propositioning.
Please.
Oh my god, what did I get into? If I... No, I'm just kidding.
If I may. If I must.
She looks at Wash and is like, I'm not...
The hesitancy makes me feel that there is no pleasure between
No,
the two.
there is a
So
lot
I
of pleasure, and I think that's the hesitancy.
Are you sure we can't just make a wish right now?
When you say when you say that, she kind of like her face kind of goes like oh god.
We just like look like we're gonna say things and then we don't. And like,
Just kind of like the breathe, raise finger, then like exhale and put it back down.
what are you suggesting?
It's a subconscious mindscape. I'm gonna play with that in my head, and I say we
I
just...
have to told you that, but I mean,
What happens here stays here.
What
guess
happens
from-
here stays here.
I guess considering what you've seen, you can assume that. And she kind of just like again, she's probably just like sitting there like she's very like. She looks very lackadaisical, like this is never gonna work. I'm gonna be stuck here forever.
How tall are you? Just for
5'10",
horizontal
I think.
size.
So you're taller than me. I just wasn't sure.
Right. DM instant regret.
We chose the 30 people that this is like,
Wash is just gonna like exhale, kind of like lower shoulders, walk over to one, grab her by the small of the back, and smooch her on the face.
Like on her lips or her cheek.
The lips.
Hell yeah.
Let's go. Pog.
Wow, the passion is really just burning in here.
I mean,
Your turn, I guess.
I think
We're all performing.
I think while it's happening, I think one grabs back and like it's a lot like it's like
Terrence.
I don't know how do I describe
Being into it.
yeah. I think like as you do it, like her body kind of relaxes and like a little bit of steam starts to come out of her head.
The goddess is looking at you, and then she just kind of, as it's like continuing, turns to Terrence, like just like sighs and turns to
Terrence
Terrence.
sighs out like. Hey. I'm assuming this is gonna do nothing.
You putting your elbow on a
No, I mean them.
on a
And I just point to my two friends that are now making out for some reason.
That's fair.
We're trying.
Does it seem to be doing anything? No, it doesn't. Because I can see past fake pleasure and beauty whoosh, as you guys moved apart.
It was worth a try.
Sorry, buddy. Pat.
Who did you interact with last?
The scarred warlord.
Oh, he's a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot easier to give in to that temptation, I think, because we're all angry people. But
Some of us can force temptation on, and not that I can usually, but again, Shibari bound. I don't know what kinky tomboy would be, and then I don't know. She probably like makes this like collar that kind of goes around your neck and pulls. And now, but then she pulls you forward and says, "Now imagine that's me."
Terrence is also sweating.
So my influence is kind of, the diamond has kind of stopped my ability to choose the or exert the influence. It just more happens. I mean, sometimes things just get you going, you know what I mean? It's not really your control, but you can choose to hate things and be angry. You know?
Yep.
Can we not just like dig in the ground until we try and get it out? Is that not an option?
Can we not just wish? I mean, we're close enough. Do we have to be touching it?
It has like a barrier around it that I'm assuming you can't just wish through, or else somebody would have done that by now.
These are all the people who try to wish before and get to the diamond. And then you see drown people behind you, like, oh god. And then she kind of like wipes it away with like, they just kind of go away in a puff of smoke.
Okay, so that's a no to that.
Yep. I love being here. It's so much fun.
Is she just a vision or kind of tangibly there?
She's tangibly there.
Do it.
I guess Wash is going to walk over, extend a hand for her.
She looks to
Worth
one,
a
she
shot.
sighs, and then she puts her hand in your hand. Make a charisma save at disadvantage.
It's a 9.
Yep, you watch as Wash just kind of like touches her hand and then just like falls forward in this like it's like the best way to describe it looks like this like pink like Grecian temple, like Grecian
Yes.
temple. It just Wash falls over and she goes, "That's what you did. You're drowning. So, Shay, Codex, we got a drowner."
Guys, we got one.
Wash starts to drown.
Haul him to the surface.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm just gonna like gesture to Codex to like, go ahead, bud.
Yeah, she just grabs your arm. Con, how much time has passed at this point? More than a minute, right?
No, less like 20 seconds.
Like, Squid's still there.
I'll say you have 20 seconds left with it because there was the whole conversation of one being like, "Hey, this is what's going on," before you guys went back down. Roll a survival check to get him undrowned and put him back in there, soldier.
I'm not a doctor. I want to preface this. She worked at the post office.
Mod will help you. I can roll.
I was gonna say I will go over and do
Yeah,
it.
like Issa was.
Mod got a natural 20.
Yes.
Okay, cool. I got a natural 1. Mod, tag in.
You're like, do I breath first in? And like, and Mod just like move. Mod's like, I know how to do this, and kind of just like gently. That doesn't push you aside. Just gently like.
Oh yeah, if she tags in, Codex just is like, okay, and then she's gonna dive back in because there's still 2 people at the bottom, so she's gonna dive back in.
Mod is just gonna basically like go like one fist on top of your chest and then just go and as you like wake up. Are you going back down or what's happening?
I'm gonna have a cigarette first. As he spits out the rest of the water and feels around for his next
Yeah.
cigarette.
Okay.
Also
Well-
sweating.
Hope he's not dead. Would you like a try? Everyone seems to be wanting a piece today.
Yeah, sure, I guess.
It was okay. Sure.
I mean, I don't know. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
So you're.
No, that's fantastic.
No, that was in character.
Yeah.
Is the chance that it's actually something that the other, like, you two don't have anything between you, so, like, if there is something between someone, do you think it would matter?
I don't know.
If you're suggesting that there's something between you two, I can already feel there's nothing.
No, yeah, no,
No,
I'm not saying that.
No, never. Me, never.
That's just my friend.
Yeah, we're just friends. But, like, someone else.
I don't know.
I mean, it's worth a shot.
People have gotten close to getting the diamond, but then they just touch it and they start to salivate, which is weird seeing it under the water, but...
I mean, it's either that or I do whatever Wash just did, but I have a feeling my constitution is not much higher.
Please, be my guest.
I don't know. People don't usually have interest in me.
That's not true.
I don't know. I'm like, same, and she's like, that one.
That one is correct. That one is correct.
What if we just think about something? You said people got close to getting the diamond. How did people get close to it? What did they do?
I wish I could just disappear, you know.
We're trying to help you with that, I guess. Not disappear, but like, get out of here.
Men with their shovels going to the bottom of a riverbed can do wonders. Do you have a shovel?
No, but I can...
Why does she say that so sexually?
No, I don't have a shovel. Okay, then,
Who knows? Maybe there's a layer of rock above it. I don't have any clue.
As I'm swimming back down, do they look like they're drowning? Are we good still?
You're good.
I'm gonna like give Shay like a thumbs up, like they good, because you're probably still like going up and down. If that's the case, I'm gonna swim further down and try and get to the bank and just start like digging using my giant squid to like kind of
Make a charisma save.
I'm so good at charisma, you guys. 25.
25? Yeah, you feel nothing as you just start digging and digging and digging. I would say after like 10 seconds, make another one.
That might be it. 12.
Codex, you're here.
Yes. Yes.
Codex kind of appears in front of you, and you just see like her like, I mean, usually her hands are like that gray-black from her fur, but she just kind of like, and she like, there's just like mud up to her fucking
Yes.
almost shoulders. It's just...
Are we? We're dry, or are we?
You're dry, but just for comedic effect, you still have...
Yeah, she looks like a little rat. Still, she looks like a drowned rat once it's dried off. She's like,
Terrence is like, now that I can work with.
She like looks around. She's like, "Oh, hey guys."
What does this goddess look like to you?
I hope this is an okay answer. The goddess looks like whatever her ideal version of what she thinks she looks like is. So whatever she wants to look like is what she looks like to Codex.
That's a really sweet answer.
It really is. It's adorable.
Here I am.
She starts crying.
The worst of worst.
She probably looks more just like a humanoid, like a very normal humanoid. Maybe like a little bit of curve to her, because why not? It looks more like she has two broken chains, like wrist chains that are red, and then a broken belt that is red that has a chain to it. But you see the broken chains on it, and then it just looks like she's kind of like just a bubblegum pink cotton candy woman. So it doesn't look like this that like dress. It looks more like constricted chain she broke off and the constricted cuffs she broke off. That's what she looks like.
Got it.
So instead of it looking like it's like sexy, like tied up, or sexy like restriction, it just looks like broken restriction she broke, but it's still on her.
Got it. Yeah, she probably like spawns in, rat, baby. Like shakes her hand, like tries to shake some of the mud off her hands and like looks up, and then she like notices this person in the room and she's like, "Oh, hi." And she kind of straightens up and like doesn't know what to do with her hands because they're so covered in mud. She kind of like looks over at her and then just kind of like straightens up and like she doesn't know what to do with her hands because they're really muddy, so that she's just kind of like holding them out at her side. And she kind of like looks over at One and Terrence and is like, "Wash is okay, by the way, I think, probably."
Shay, at this point, you do watch Codex rush down and start digging, and then she kind of goes in that same stasis that the other two are down there. So you're probably like,
I 100% want to swim on up and let him know.
okay. Maud's probably like, "Where's Codex?"
So everyone down there has gone into that same trance-like stasis sort of mood. They're not drowning. I think they're wherever Wash was when you were still like that.
Codex too? Because
Yes,
Casimir?
all three of them.
Wash, do you still feel like you have to go down?
I don't know if I should.
But do you feel the pull?
Oh yeah, you still totally see it and see that down there. If I can take a liberty, because Codex is down there, do you think the pull is stronger?
Probably.
They don't have to. I'm not
I
going to
know,
pull
but
that.
I'm gonna force you.
After Shay kind of informing you that the pull feels very strong.
Wash puts out a cigarette and is like, round two.
Here I go again.
All right.
Maybe tie that rope around me.
Yeah, 100%. You're like diving in. Okay, so as soon as Wash dives in, so what I want to do is I kind of want to tie the rope that's around me around Wash. And then, if I can, tie ropes around everyone else and like take the leads up to Maud and Kaz.
Oh yeah.
Because Shay is full on gonna try to get in there too. She's like,
She was like, "Hold on!" She's like,
I want to be sexy.
"Okay, make a survival check to do all those."
13.
Yeah, okay. And then make a charisma save at disadvantage for when you start digging, and we'll get to when you get in there. We'll just do these rolls now.
My lowest is a 16, which is a 23.
You are.
You are so in control of your sex.
Can you choose to fail?
It's up to you. If you want to choose to fail, you can. Or if you think it's funny to be like, she's like, "What the fuck? I don't even
Digging, you're doing a great job.
Yeah. Shay will be the one that gets to the stone and be like, "What the fuck? Like, I can't get horny." Ah!
This is never a problem for me.
This never happens, I swear.
This is literally.
Are we allowed to have like a small conversation before Wash respawns? She's gonna be like, "How do you guys keep getting kicked out of here? Because I think we just have to dig into the bottom of the riverbed stuff because it gets stronger the further down I was going."
I'm not going to say it again to her, but she's going to be like, "Blah, blah, blah, here's the problem, I can help you, no, this is up to date, yes, good.
That.
So potentially yes, but we don't know.
Well, how are you guys getting kicked out?
Because they keep wanting to touch me.
Maybe don't say it like that.
I have to get out, so do you want to hold my hand or something?
If you want to go for it, in comes Wash.
As Codex is walking towards her, like, "Yeah, sure, fuck it."
Well, wait a second.
Hang on.
As you're like, "Wait a second," Codex like has her hand outstretched to the guy, so she like turns. She's like, "What?"
Oh, welcome back.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that's how we drowned. So maybe hold off on that.
Yeah, at that point, you see this goddess kind of like, but she kind of like gestures behind you. You look behind you, you see all the drowned men. She's like, "How many times am I going to have to do this today? This is actually kind of exhausting. I'd rather just be sat and maybe work on my knitting or something."
Isn't it more exciting than just being alone all the time?
Right.
Listen, I know we're all drowning or whatever, but Shay's still up there. Like, we still have like 4 or 5 people out there that can pull us up. So, like, if we start drowning, we can get to the surface.
Unless you end up like them, and then you see some who are like basically like consumed by water. Best way I can describe for only one person who has seen it, they look like the flood from Water of Mars.
So
That once became water, and then they became that.
So with the whole Shay watching, last time I checked, we just all have ropes tied to us and no signal of when to pull someone out, because when you drown, you don't tug on the rope really.
So you're bound at the bottom of the river. Right. Okay, I know I'm the goddess of pleasure and beauty, but that doesn't mean you bind yourself before going. I love being rescued.
I didn't choose that.
I still have my squid, I think, the last time I checked.
Yep, gone.
So gone.
Well, she wouldn't know.
I don't see a squid in the waters, but I saw whatever that weird pink thing was. Is that a squid?
Yeah, it's my squid.
When did squids become so different?
Oh, it's a magic squid. It doesn't matter.
What?
Squids look more like, and she's like making gestures, and you're like, what the fuck? What is that?
She turns into a squid for Terrence, and he's like, I'm not.
We are not tackling that one today.
What did those people want that made them get real bad?
The same that everybody wants. I don't know. It's more of the constitution of them falling into their want and pleasure more. I mean, the death was probably immaculate for them. Some people have pleasure in doing things that are very close to death.
Are you talking about audio asphyxiation?
Yeah.
You say audio?
No, audio. Audio?
Horny. I'm horny.
She probably like looks back at honestly probably towards one, and she's like, listen, we're not gonna get, well, I mean, we'll get out of here maybe, but you said to take risks.
Yeah, go for it. I trust you.
Okay, here's hoping Shay pulls me up. And she's gonna turn back to the goddess and be like, all right, listen, I don't know what you're gonna do.
I am just a vessel standing here. Some people have held my hand, some people have let me touch their temples, other people have done things that I don't necessarily approve of. But I guess it was consensual, but it was weird, you know what I mean? It's like things where they go like a little over the border.
I get it.
All consensual still, of course.
Guy does that.
But I don't necessarily do anything.
Okay, well, what do you want to do?
Get out of this fucking diamond.
Oh, well, yeah, obviously, but like, what do you want to do?
Go home.
Okay.
Oh, you mean currently? I don't know.
Yeah.
I can just touch your hand. Or just touch your hand?
Sure.
Okay. Then she's just gonna reach out to touch Codex's hand. Make a charisma save at disadvantage.
Here we go.
So why'd you come back down here?
To be honest, I'm not entirely sure.
Really? Because your heart is beating quite fast.
I rolled 2 15s for a total of 21.
Yeah.
21. Okay. As you kind of like get closer, you touch her hand, and Shay, as you're down there, like, let me in. There's the stone. You do get to stone at the bottom of the point, and you do feel as it cracks.
Ooh.
And you kind of watch as like for all the different depictions of her, it looks like whatever your version of her binds are. It looks like and not the red binds necessarily, but like her smoke shibari. Probably for everybody else, it looks like maybe like if it's simple enough, just looks like handcuffs or something, or like maybe she's tied to a rope behind something. It just looks like there's a fray, a tether of the rope. One of the ropes, the shibari come off. Like one of the chain links on the handcuffs. Tink. It looks like it does something, but doesn't fully do it. But Codex is still there. Wow, that's a first.
Was I not supposed to start drowning?
Oh, well, you didn't succumb to pleasure, so no. That's curious. Does nothing please you?
No, I mean, I just don't know you like that, so...
I didn't mean sexually.
What? No, I have a great time. Most of the time.
What do you find pleasure in?
Skinball, hanging out with my friends, being with my family, learning new stuff,
So you trust the people around you and you have pleasure with your friends? Not in that way.
I mean, yeah.
I'd call that true pleasure. Okay, honey bastards, what about you three?
Well, maybe we should try and channel that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should try again. Probably not the best setting for me.
No, that does mean you'd have to succeed a lot more times, though. But still, that's something, I guess.
I haven't tried yet. I'll try. Hopefully I don't drown.
You press your face into her boobs.
No, I hold up a hand for a high five because I'm nervous.
I wish I could give you triple disadvantage. She hesitantly high fives you.
Do I have disadvantage?
You always have disadvantage, yeah.
Well.
Okay. And she's like, what the fuck?
Well, I rolled a 3 and then I was like, I'll have to roll again just to see what it would be. 2.
Yeah, okay. Terrence wakes up and starts drowning. Shay, your venture to get in, you're like, there's a crack! I can get through! You hear as Terrence starts drowning, you're like, god damn it.
Yep.
Can I not, like,
so close.
swim to the top? I'm awake, aren't I?
No, you're succumb to pleasure.
Yeah. So as soon as I see Terrence start drowning, I'm gonna yank on the rope and then start pushing him from the bottom to help get him up to surface.
Noted.
Yeah, I'll finish the pulling of the rope and grab Terrence by the shoulders and then cast a little Cure Wounds.
Ah, surprise. Never saw that one coming.
Shay's going right back down to that fissure.
With the fissure, also, you could roll disadvantage for charisma again.
Let's see.
Goddamn.
30 and 55.
No.
Maybe
72.
Okay. Oh, I finally got one! I got a 9 total.
Okay. Finally, you're like, god damn it. As you go through.
What's great is the first one that I landed on the floor was a 17.
Oh, yeah. What does she look like to you?
What does she look like to me?
She can look like the same thing I originally described for one. But
yeah, I'm gonna say absolutely. She thick and hat.
Yeah.
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 But not shibari'd up.
No.
Just yeah. I think
She looks like a Stella.
Oh, yeah, she does. Terrence.
she does look like
She's like, oh my god, Shay.
oh, stop it. It's good to see you.
Yeah, so Shay popped in. And another.
Here's the
Sorry. Yeah. Recap.
Right then. She just holds out her hand to touch her.
Touch.
Disadvantage?
I definitely follow. I looked underneath to see if Shay succumbed, and if I saw her do that, I would consider going down.
Gotcha.
So at disadvantage, that was a 13 and 12, so that's 19 total.
19? Okay.
Yeah.
Pink! Another thing pops. What did you find pleasure in?
Knowledge.
Okay. Fair enough.
Can I go again? Or
Sure. Disadvantage, and then you will subtract 3.
Ooh.
oh fuck.
Holy shit.
Oh, wait! No, subtract 5.
Oh.
Because Shay succeeded.
Why are you like this? Okay. Well, I got a nat 20 and I got a 14. So with my modifier, it's a 20, and you said -5, so it's a 15.
Pink!
Nice.
This is fun.
Okay, we're
This
getting
was
there.
way more fun than Othmere.
Agreed.
Want to keep going?
Sure.
I would say if you had anything that brought you intense pleasure, that would probably speed up the process. So you don't become, and she's like, I forgot to recap you about the drowned man, and these drowned men, and shovels. Because that is still the furthest it's gotten ever. When she said this is new, she didn't mean like this has never happened, but like it's new that this has happened recently. Furthest it's ever gotten is to the last fray. That was him, actually. Like, points to, like, one of them.
He's dead, but has a thumbs up.
Fully.
Something about the land of Zabraria and being connected to a root of the Dawnwood. The land heals fast. At least here. Maybe just because the diamond's there. Who knows? I don't really care.
Wash is gonna slowly start moving forward, but then she starts to change a little, and then he stops and looks away.
What does he start to change to? What does she start to change to?
Say it out loud, you can't say it and not say it out. Does
Don't
she
worry
look like
about
a cute
it.
little bunny?
What does she change to?
The hair tips turn pinkish, and then he's just like,
Oh my god.
It's Arathia.
Should I keep going? She's looking back.
Shay has things that she's not going to say out loud.
Shay's like,
Yeah. Okay, I rolled at disadvantage. Do I need to
subtract 7.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to get really, really intensely harder because basically every time you succeed, it's going to go up an odd number. So it started at 3, second success for yours was 5th, the second success, your first success was now -5. With Codex's now it's -7. It'll go 9. It will get to a 20 point.
Okay,
So
so...
she's-
These are base pleasures. Do you know
Is
what I
she
mean?
saying that if you think of like more intense pleasures, that it'll make the check easier, so to speak?
She's implying like a euphoria might be a stronger bet. These are all, I'm going to call them base pleasures.
Well, Shay's thinking of something that brings her a little more pleasure. She's just not going to say it out loud.
Is it something? But it's something you think of, right? These are thought pleasures. You can do this all with lots of pleasure. It'll be very difficult.
Very funny.
Basically, you're trying to split the rock open to get the diamond out. That's what's physically happening, right? But it's this fun little game in your head, right? The more splits, the more intense the aura is, which is the more likely you're going to end up like one of those drowned boys.
Yeah.
And not the drown, like not the I just drowned at the bottom of the river. One of the I have like the pleasure of water being in my body has succumbed to me, and now I can never come back. The more fissure you make to make the aura there, the more likely that could happen. If that makes sense.
My Riz is shit, so I'm gonna probably stay up on the shore. But he felt it down there anyway. He's like, I've never felt less desirable in my whole life.
I was gonna say, I think that's one is kind of like a little dejected, like I don't know what to do right now.
I think Issa's come up and is like, Shay is now also unconscious at the bottom of the river.
Yeah.
What did you get on your roll? -7.
Minus the 7 is still 16.
16? That'll
Yeah.
just make it. Tink! Getting somewhere.
How many more do we have?
I don't know. What does this look like to you?
Yes, yeah.
3 out of 8 completed.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, you could all basically just do it yourselves, and there's 4 of you to go around. I don't really care if you drown, so if we could just keep going through you until you all succeed. Or...
I actually have 2 questions. No, I have 1 question. Has anybody ever asked you to share, like, some of your favorite memories of pleasure or happiness?
No. However, what I will say is if I could get out here by thinking of my most pleasurable things, I would have been out here a long time ago, is my guess.
Well, what if it was just that no one was around to hear it? Like, I feel kind of like an asshole now, because we haven't even asked your name. I'm Codex. I would shake your hand, but...
You wouldn't, but most call me the Lady of Want. The Sara, but I feel like Lady of Want is better to be called. I appreciate being called that.
Okay, well, lady, I am Codex, and I am here at the bottom of a river asking to hear your favorite memory.
I remember the first 2 people who fell in love. I'm not a goddess of love, but seeing that moment was beautiful. It was, I guess you could describe it as a summer's day now, but it was just how the world was in the beginning. The 2 of them intertwined in their lives and in their bodies and in their love just was one of my happiest moments. Looks down at her fucking chains. Womp womp. That is true, though.
What were their names?
I don't remember.
She kind of like awkwardly clears her throat and she's like, okay, well, it was worth a shot, and thank you for being honest.
Roll 2 charisma saves at disadvantage.
Whoa.
2?
Yep. Or sorry. Roll charisma save at disadvantage.
Yeah. I was like, roll 4 dice and take the 2 lowest.
9.
Fuck.
That does fail, obviously, but you do start. I could make this go fucking buck wild right now.
Do it.
Do it. Make it go
Do it.
crazy.
To you.
Go crazy. Go
I
stupid.
don't want to, but I don't want to pigeonhole anybody into a narrative.
Do you? Well,
But like, it could be quiet. It could be crazy.
Okay, yeah, I mean, do what you want. Go sicko mode. I mean, maybe don't kill me, but, well...
Here's what I just imagined. You walk up to her to ask her this question, which is like approaching her vicinity, which is why you made that roll. And you hear her story, and I'm going to redact everything you just said.
It's okay.
As you guys just see, she looks down at whatever it is. If it's the rope, if it's the whatever, if it's the handcuffs, whatever it is that's binding her, the pink smoke of whatever that thing is. As she looks down, she goes, "No, sorry." And you just kind of see Codex standing there. You just see the back of her. As you probably slowly her ears fall back. And you just see what it looks like from probably the angles of you seeing her, water starts to drip out from her chin and hitting the floor. She's slowly drowning and falling in love with it.
I start shaking her, being like, you cannot leave me. We cannot be vulnerable with each other for one moment, and you fucking leave me.
Can I see her drowning like outside of the thing?
You probably see like just a huge air gas that comes out as she's like sinking closer to the crack at the bottom.
Codex is drowning. I'm gonna go save her, and then I jump in.
I'm gonna dive in as well.
Yeah, you're shaking her, and she just is like, you just see her kind of like looking up at the Lady of Want, and like the Lady of Want just kind of like looking down at her, and she just kind of is giving that face of like, that's a shame. Like that's like kind of the face she's giving. As like it just like slowly coming out of her mouth. Wash and Shay.
Wash is going to, like, he's been looking away, like, avoiding looking at the situation. He looks over, sees that with one, like, saying no, and he's going to sprint up and, like, just grab Codex by the face, like, don't, and kiss her on the mouth to try to any water out.
Roll a charisma save.
I'm going to fail this.
That's not a good number.
12. For Terrence and Issa, as you guys are swimming down, you start to see what looks like cracks out of Codex kind of appear like eyes. Not exactly, but you see these like pink crack of eyes kind of like coming out as they start shining. It's really weird and terrifying as her body is kind of like moving without like her ability or like what looks like humanly mortal civil folk kind natural. It's very disturbing. Shay, are you doing anything when this is happening? Exactly.
Well, Shay was gonna go up to Codex too, but then Wash swooped in, so it's just like, well.
Also forgot to ask if you were okay with that. Are you okay with
Yeah, it's totally fine. It's totally fine.
Sorry.
Noted. Is there anything you're doing? Because what are you when Wash pushes you away? What is happening?
I mean,
I'm gonna say it's like immediately when Wash like hey like holding on to Codex.
Yeah.
That you get pushed away and Shay. I'm sure
Probably like as soon as one gets pushed away, Shay's kind of there and she gets pushed in her direction. So Shay just kind of like not as familiar as she normally would, but she like puts one hand on one's forearm and the other one on her shoulder, just to kind of like gently just like be there as a support.
Make a charisma save.
Yeah. Just a straight up one. No, 15.
15. Okay. As you kind of like grab one. Panning back, Issa and Terrence, you probably get to Codex's body. Are you trying to like hold her or bring her up?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a combination of like kind of holding her together and pushing her up at the same time.
I'm gonna cast Lesser Restoration on her.
Okay, that seems to just get voided immediately by pink crackles that just counterspell it basically. And as you try to pull her up, she's slowly being pulled into the crack as you see the shining of the diamond finally beneath her foot. You just see it's like you see like a crack and you just see the white of it. It's like not much you see.
Terrence is gonna like grab her arm to like kind of try and just hold on to her. It's pulling really intensely, right?
Yeah.
He's gonna grab this serum from his from like underwater and like try to drink it underwater.
Yeah, you probably can if it's capped with a cork. You probably swallow the cork.
Sure.
Let's go. Rally.
You don't ingest any of it.
Well, I probably take the cork and put it in my cheek and then swallow the rest and spit out the cork. And so that he gets like big underwater and like kind of reaches up under Codex's like armpits and like is trying to like put his feet against the wall and keep her from going in any further.
Make a strength check.
I'm an idiot. That's 15.
Noted. Okay, you're holding on to her, but she's still slowly falling down.
Yeah, I think.
I mean, Issa's helping.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, okay, if the spell didn't work, like, I'll fucking grab, like,
Noted. Wash, like, you kind of, like, let her go, and it's still kind of happening. Anything else you're doing, or?
Are you crying?
Bury your face against me.
Maybe a little, yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
you got a 12. I forgot to say. Probably at this point, I would say that the Lady of Want kind of is, like, walking away, but then she kind of, like, walks back, and you watch as, like, her, like, smoky hands kind of, like, go into your chest to hold your heart. Roll at advantage.
Aww.
Natural 20!
We did it.
Yeah.
That's some good advantage.
She kind of, like, smiles and says, give her air and go up above the surface.
I do that.
Snap. You guys wake up as you just see, like, for Terrence and Issa, One and Shay, as you guys all get snapped out, as the bottom of the river opens up and the diamond is fully seen and it starts to lift. I'm assuming, Wash and Codex, you are not focused on the fucking... Well, Codex, you're unconscious. Not focused on the fucking diamond right now. So what are you doing first before the frenzy goes toward the diamond?
Making sure she's not dying and swimming as
Do you like
fast as I
not to
can.
be like, do you lock lips with her, but do you like lock lips with her to like give her air?
Yeah.
Okay. As you kind of like bring her up and move her, and Kaz and Maud like help bring you both up as they bring you over. As Codex starts to spurt out water, and we'll get to that in a second. The four of you, you all get pushed back a bit.
I love it.
Okay.
Let's make it fair.
Because I was gonna ask how that worked. If I was like pulling Codex up, I feel like if it let go, I just like shot Codex backwards, kind of like over my head, and that's when you grabbed her and like went up.
Yeah.
I'm like a football.
Not
Tuck you
even
under
a
my
sheep
arm.
sword this time.
Is anyone not going to get it? Well, that's not washing Codex.
I would like to lay on the shore and cough up water.
I'd like to live, thank you.
Thank you.
So everybody's going to get
pushing
it,
for a restroom,
including
right?
Issa.
Yeah.
Terrence and Issa, I would say the two of you make charisma saves at disadvantage because you never went in there. Well, you never went in there, Issa, and you were in there the least.
I failed immediately.
Yeah.
I got a 6.
Got an 11. I got a natural 19 and then a 4.
I'm going to make a roll. We're going to do it Call of Cthulhu style. I'm going to make a percent roll. Whoever gets closest to that percent roll under it or makes it will get it. Like, let's say if I get 40, if you either make 40 or you get, like, the closest under it. If you go over it, it goes to the other person.
Okay. I rolled too well, so it's probably not gonna be. I had 65.
I'm gonna roll mine with D100 because I want to have a fun roll. 43.
It was a 60.
After we probably lock eyes at one point, we would like see the diamond, we see each other, both start like swimming for it. I think we're just gonna go for it. She's not gonna kick and punch. I'm not gonna kick and punch at one, but I think we're both gonna go for it, and you just like get a little bit more ahead of me.
Can I
Yeah.
do something? I kind of like probably grab your shoulder, and I kind of give you this look of like, and I think I just mouth like, please let me have this.
I mean, she's not gonna trust that.
And if you start pushing, she's gonna like push you down.
I think as soon as you grab her shoulder, a dagger appears in her hand because it's unexpected.
Yeah, that's when it's like.
Yeah.
I put springboard off of you.
Yeah, nice.
Saucy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
And I
yeah.
see that, and knowing I can't win, I'm just gonna push to the surface.
Gotcha.
Dagger still in hand.
Gotcha. When you grab the diamond, it almost like forms like a ring around your finger.
Ooh, nice.
And it like
married.
locks pretty fast on your... Because your other ring is on your middle or is it on your pointer?
Pointer.
Okay, then it goes on your middle. It is a heavy presence that now that it is contained in this way from not being stuck, you just have this feeling of like, I'm waiting on you. But it probably looks like this arcane like ring of just a band and then like the diamond, a very small diamond rotating on top of it with the gold wiring.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think once that happens, I kind of have this moment where I see everyone else going up. But I think there's like this moment because I'm going to say with D&D rules, I have a really high constitution, so I can hold my breath decently long because that's how D&D rules work.
Yeah.
Weirdly, it's like you have high constitution, you can hold your breath. Okay. I let Shay get to the top, and then I kind of like slowly move my way up, just kind of watching that body, hoping that it goes to shore.
Watching that ass.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Codex is coughing up Wash as you're probably giving her CPR, I'm assuming.
Yeah, she's probably coughing up water, and eventually when she's like conscious enough, she'll like turn over so she can actually like like not throw up, but like at least spit out as much water as she can. Probably as she turns over, she's like holding onto like Wash's shoulder for stability as she like can push herself up that way.
So yeah, Wash probably like on his knees, like right, like over you, just like leans his head back, says, "Thank the fucking gods."
No problem.
And I guess like helps you up, so it's I guess easier to breathe. I don't really got anything else other than he feels great relief.
Yeah, she probably is just like coughing, and she like spits out a lot of water, and she's holding on to you like death grip. And she looks like a drowned rat. But after she manages to catch her breath enough, you hear her like a really raspy, just like, I'm good.
Once you get up, Casimir is probably best not to be here. Luckily, I know teleportation skills, so...
Take me to Fiara.
I was going to bring you back to your keep, but very well.
You can take them back to the keep, but at least take me to Fiara.
That'll be way too many spells at once, so let's just make this easy. And kind of like cinematically moves his hands as he casts teleportation that brings all of you, including Maud, to the center of the Naramon Society, inside of that huge circular room with Fiara sitting there going, what the fuck is going...
She shows the ring on her finger. We could wait for Balthasar to pull the trigger, and then we pull the trigger. And I can stop it.
Casimir probably looks to Issa and probably like does that like, yeah, and nods. I think that'd be a good idea, sister of mine. I agree. That means less death.
We also found the vats, and I kind of like show like my suitcase.
You're like,
I'm literally just
I'm
in
a
my
woman drowned and I'm holding a steel suitcase.
I'm probably just still in my underwear, like feral. woman a little
Absolutely.
bit.
Which means we all see that you're missing a leg.
Yeah, you finally do see that there is just a metal leg. And she probably reaches into like the suitcase and pulls out her notebook, and it's like, these are the runes that Balthazar was using at the vats.
Kind of grabs it.
I don't know if they were similar runes, but the zombie things also had runes on them.
It's a good plan. What I would say is you'll have to use it tactically. And what I mean by that is Balthazar blots out the sun with his wish. You immediately undo it. There he flees. You'll need to somehow be ready to grab him or make him unconscious.
Does he seem like the type that would boast about it?
Yes.
So we find him when he boasts about it, and that's when we stop the plotting.
What if we just get a second diamond?
How easy was it?
We have 2 wishes.
Let's not do that again.
So your wish would just to be unblot the sun?
Seems like the best use of it, without messing with the forces that be.
And then we'll be able to see what happens to what god?
The Lady of Want.
I could see that being a very pleasurable thing, to beating Balthazar. And of course a wish is a want. So it's a pretty easy wish to make if we are correct about our theory of influence on the wish.
Also means we have to be ready at a moment's notice, and if you want to be there, you have to be with us at a moment's notice.
Well then, maybe it's best we go to your keep. What is a member of the Red Raven Adventuring Guild doing here? Maud's like, yeah, just so you know, I was already a part of something that had to do with a diamond. I was with this one when there was the Dark Root Diamond. Wonderful. Great. Yes, then let's go to your keep. Lead the way.
Let's go.
Do you want to maybe put some clothes on first?
You have a towel.
Dripping.
Fiora gives you a towel as you guys return back to the Pale White Castle Keep with Maud, Kaz, and Fiora.
Yeah. Party. Do we have our, employees here yet?
Welcome to
Not
our
yet.
keep.
Yeah.
We would lead them to, the dining hall, so we could all sit, talk about what happened, and then be like, okay, we need to go fucking chill.
Yeah.
Issa's rummaging through the fridge for leftovers from LaGuardia.
Codex just sits in a wooden chair completely soaked. Just flops down. It's gross.
Maud kind of sits by you and says, do you need to dry off? I can help you.
I was gonna go to the bathroom, grab towels for everyone.
Never mind. It, looks over and sees Wash carrying towels and goes, never mind.
Yeah, thanks. I'm good.
Glad you're okay.
So am I. I don't really know what went wrong.
Maud just kind of shrugs.
Yeah, she kind of shrugs too. Takes a towel, starts drying off. Her hair gets huge.
Yeah, it's so cute.
Fiora probably sits at one end, and Kaz is probably at the corner next to her, and then wherever y'all want to be.
I'm next to Kaz.
I'll be near them.
Yeah. So, what is everyone's plan? What's the idea?
What were you saying about the diamond? You said we can just unwish his wish and try and get him then. I feel like that's... But that means, how long do we think he's actually going to wait to make this happen?
I don't know. Who knows?
We don't even know if he's done yet.
But like I said before, the best idea would be to get him in the position you want to get him in, so that the moment you wish, you can grab him. Mm-hmm. If he blots it, and then you immediately unwish it, he will plan again.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't we just wish him into captivity or wish the chalice from him?
You could.
Because one way we've solved the problem. He doesn't blot out the sun, and we have him. The other way, we have the chalice, and he's got to find us to get it.
I feel like the chalice one's a little...
Though I do think Balthazar... we still don't know if the chalice is what makes it, if it's the runes that make it, if there's a diamond connected to them, which diamond shards. We don't know where the wish is necessarily coming from. So who's to say if you wish for the chalice, he won't find another one, he won't make another one, he won't kill more people.
And if we let him do it, we can see what he's... the full extent of his plan and see what he did and how he did it.
But we shouldn't let him kill more people. I like Wash's idea of wishing him into captivity, into that nice little prison that you have, right?
What ended?
You wish Balthazar into captivity, but then what about his underlings? I doubt they're with him just for the fun of it. They might be with him because they agree with his plan. They instead of one person I know who could do a potential of things, you then have his crazed vampire spawns who could make any sort of wish.
I mean, what if blotting the sun out isn't the only wish he gets? Then we have the same problem.
Who knows? That's what I'm saying. If that is the wish he has, corner him, get ready to jump him, unwish it once he does it, we put him in captivity. You're supposed to be adventurers and heroes. I think, too, it might be best to undo his own group of marauders, and then him.
It doesn't seem like the type of group that scrambles once you chop off the head.
True enough.
They seem, I mean, from what you two said, they seem pretty capable on their own.
Mm-hmm.
Find anything about Balthazar the moment he makes that wish and he has his people around him, he thinks he has it done. Maybe he makes the wish, you subdue, or whatever the others, undo the wish when you think you can subdue him.
And we think that his ultimate time is imminent, yes?
I'd only assume so from what Codex told me.
The way I see it is that we both have bullets in the chamber. I think it's just safer if we let him pull his trigger first. She's also probably sitting kind of really dejectedly, probably the furthest away from everyone. And she's not wearing the armor, so you can see she's zoned out, looking, pretty much like I am, where it's you're just looking off, staring at nothing.
How do we know what kind of time frame he's working with exactly?
We don't.
Because you would probably know him best. Is he the type of person that would want all of his ducks in a row before he executes the plan?
Usually yes, but what do you mean?
Well, as vampires, you guys kind of have nothing but time.
Right.
So if he knows that we might try and intervene or do something, and he probably knows that you're also trying to do stuff, why wouldn't he just wait us out?
Well, I don't think he knows that we have diamonds, or that diamonds have been found.
Yeah, but I'm saying if we're going to wait for him to do something about it, well, if we're going to wait for him to use his wish first and then use our diamond, how long do you think we'll be waiting?
Who's to say? Knowing Balthazar, he probably wants to have a show. So maybe wait out for him to contact one of you, or goad you.
When she says that, her ear kind of twitches, but she's just going back to drying her hair.
Also, if time is the issue, because I'm sure, she looks to Fiora and Kaz. I'm sure you have nothing but time.
Kaz kind of chimes in. Well, yes. Issa and I actually yesterday had a long conversation about some ideas. He's told me about your queries and wonderings about the vats, and my suggestion was dumping a vat or destroying a vat or stopping him would only probably make him wait you all out, or do it again. Or honestly wait till you're all dead, and not by putting a knife to your throat, but by waiting until time takes you.
So the best route would be a surprise attack, basically.
Well, yes, but I was also saying, for both of you, you also can wait forever.
Exactly.
I'm not sure what you're getting at, says Fiora.
Well, as long as we stay close by, you have all the time in the world too. So even if I die or disappear, you still have a bullet in the chamber.
I think both of us know it's not true. Maybe I won't get into it with everybody else, but I'm sure you all have a conversation of whatever the fuck happened under the surface of that water, and I'm sure there was a price paid for it as it was last time. I don't think the diamond will necessarily just let us in like that. It's wrapped around your finger. How did you make it into a ring?
I saw the opportunity and I took it.
But you didn't make it into a ring, did you?
No.
Which means the diamond must have an attachment to you. Or whoever got it. So who's to say if we even get the chance to get it?
Do we think it would be wiser to take out his underlings first, to at least slowly chip away at his army?
I think you could, but I know they'll be with him during his performance. So at least you all know that it's easier to know that where they'll be in one place, I think, rather than hunting them all down separately. And again, it would lead away from tipping him off.
And as far as waiting goes, I have a feeling if he's ready now and he doesn't think that we have an upper hand at all, he's going to want to get that done as soon as possible so he doesn't have to wait any longer. This is obviously something he's been working towards for a while. So I don't think he's gonna just wait until we die because we're a little bit of a threat. It's only because he doesn't think that we have anything on it.
What if we're just thinking about using the wish for the wrong thing? Instead of doing a reactionary thing. How old are you? She says as she looks at Fiara.
365 years old.
Okay. Her ears kind of droop down a little bit, and you could tell she's about to say something that she's like, this is not gonna go over well. And she's just like, I know that you care about your brother, but what if we use the wish as a preventative measure? What if you just wished he never became a vampire?
I think they'd all die. She's like gesturing at Kaz and Fiara.
That's not what the wish is, though. It's to wish that he never became a vampire. And wouldn't that change?
But Fiara made him a vampire. At the same time she made herself and Kaz a vampire.
I wouldn't have the position I have today if he was never a vampire.
You would all be dead.
We wouldn't be dead if I wished him not to be a vampire any longer. If what they say about the diamonds are true, that the wish is of your intention and not like a wish spell's intention. If it was the case that he didn't become a vampire, so he's only Kaz and me, I don't know if I would be at this position at this time any longer.
And you value that more?
That means you wouldn't be here right now. You potentially could not even be the Fated Fates. You could have not been born.
Shrugs.
Issa, if she says you wouldn't exist and you go and you take that shrug of so, Kaz probably looks at you and it's probably like a deadpan look, and then he just like kind of sighs and stands up and walks like to be behind Fiara, to be not sitting next to you.
But it does mean that hundreds of people would still be here because the massacres never would have happened.
I think it's
Or
more
they
than
never
that.
existed themselves, who knows?
That's so far back in time that we don't know what a change like that could mean for the rest of the world itself. That is such, because you've been alive for so long, the influence you've had could have changed everything over the course of these past 365 years. Who knows? If that simple thing changed, we don't know what kind of repercussions that would have on the world today.
You could, but then I don't think any of us would be here.
I'm just proposing ideas. I'm not saying it's the best idea, but in a way, it would prevent, potentially, a lot of bad things from happening.
If you had the chance to kill the Trespasser God before he started the Cosmic Divide, would you, to end all that suffering? Because if you did, none of this would be here today. I wouldn't. And that doesn't mean I'm higher or better. It really comes down to a matter of opinion. And no one's right nor wrong. My belief is, if you did that, one, we wouldn't have what we have today, and what we know, and the things we've learned. And it comes down to your own ethical way of what's more important. And neither is and both are. The people that were lost during the war, or the people that are now alive because of it. Both are important, neither are important. It kind of is a side you take. I've always been a person that I think it's best you live your life as you, and you learn and grow in the way that you can. And it just makes me think, if we use that diamond to wish all for naught, what was any of our points? Because we're wishing away a problem that never would have been a problem, so what was the point? And now we're not even here any longer. It gets very metaphysical and metaphorical. I don't believe in that, but I don't have the diamond, and I'm not going to force anybody. As she kind of like looks over to one.
Issa's nodding along with what Fiara's saying, and is just kind of like...
Yeah, Cass sits back down.
But yeah, Issa's definitely giving, like, she's right, looking at Codex down the table and is like, I think we should keep spitballing ideas, because I don't think there's not a right answer, but there are wrong answers. We shouldn't shatter the world.
I don't think there's wrong answers, and I appreciate what you're saying, Codex. I disagree with you, but that doesn't mean anything. I appreciate what you said, and I understand it. I just think, for me, it just doesn't sit morally right in my ethics, but it's, again,
Codex is gonna hold up a hand to stop her. At this point, she is dry as she can be, and it's like when you towel off a dog. They're like real fuzzy. But she does look kind of upset by what Fiara had talked about, like when she was like, if he's gone, we wouldn't have what we have today and everything. And she kind of like holds up her hand to stop Fiara, and she like glances at Issa, and her eyes kind of narrow, and she's like, Are you telling me that you think Balthazar not becoming a vampire and dying of old age or whatever happens to him however long ago would shatter reality? You think one person would shatter reality?
It wouldn't shatter reality, but it would shatter Zabaria. All the lives you'd be trying to save might never even exist, and think of all the lives you would destroy by that.
I mean, even if you think about it on a smaller scale, the amount of little things that happen to us in a day influence what we do. Like,
And I understand that, but it seems like we're putting a lot of weight on one guy when people disappear every day and it doesn't change anything.
you don't know that, though.
I think it does change when someone disappears or dies or whatever. That it changes everyone they knew, and
Yeah, but nothing catastrophic happens.
At that, one is gonna get up and leave.
If it weren't for Balthazar being a vampire, the entire burg as you know it would no longer exist. At least, not how it does now. Maybe it would still have happened, but not in the way that it happened currently.
So you know secrets about this city that many others never will.
She kind of turns back to Casimir and then looks at you. We don't.
So Balthazar does.
The only reason why I'm a bull currently is because of the name of the Demarters from Balthazar's ripples back in time. When we got here, Balthazar pretended to be the reformed Demarters. He was a politician himself for a very long time. Casimir and I did not go to the Burg. Balthazar stayed for a long time and he was the one who brought us here. He's a wealth of knowledge. So, wishing Balthazar to never have been a vampire will get rid of all of that.
Fine. Codex probably looks up from the table and meets Fiara's eyes when she says that, and she just kind of gives this look of whatever. And she just goes, fine.
Why is that wrong for me to say? I don't know where your disdain towards me, Codex, is.
It's not towards you specifically.
What is it, Codex?
It's nothing. And she's gonna kind of push up from the table and just kind of look at everyone for a second. And she just kind of gives a little shake of her head and she's like, I'm gonna keep thinking about it. I'm gonna go check on one. And she'll turn on her heel and she'll grab any towels that were left and kind of throw them over her arm and then go try and find one.
Fiora just kind of sighs and puts her head in her hands. My brother's a lot of things, and it might be wrong for me to say, but also he's still my brother. When he came to the city before us, I don't know what made him into who he is now. I don't know what fed into the darkness that he has now, but I still to this day think there's a way to save him. And I know that's selfish, but what would you do for family? Especially after everything we lost.
If you think it's possible, then I think it's worth a try. I mean, if you think it's worth it, then it's worth it. So, I feel like right now we lost the plot a little bit, and it seems that everyone's kind of dispersing. So, maybe we should all just rest and think for a little bit, and then we can decide on a more solid plan. I think the original plan of unwishing the sun being unwishing his wish is, in my opinion, still the best idea. But we still have things to talk about and think over.
Correct.
Is school faster to say here? Says Maud.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, there's problems going on, but this seems more important, and also since, I don't know if this is update to you, but things with Sean were going kind of crazy.
Yeah, a little bit.
So, probably best I stay here, because I guess I am now self-titling and acting as the head of the Raven Adventure Guild since Sean is...
Is he gone? Okay, well...
Who knows?
I'll show you to a room you could stay in. No. I'm just gonna show her to a place.
Yeah, I'm sure we have guest quarters.
Yeah.
Wash, do you follow after Codex, or are you staying there too?
Wash is gonna wait till everyone's done with their thing. Then he's gonna finally dry off and eventually find Codex.
Kaz and Fiora, Kaz probably looks over to you, Issa, and says, "Is it alright if we stay here?"
yeah.
I'm sure we'll just sit. Fiora goes, "Do you have anything to drink, please? I'd like a drink."
Absolutely.
Freshly stocked bar, actually, because one went to the liquor store.
I love it. Let's all go to the bar, yes? I'm sure we could all use something.
Yeah, I'll go with you. As Fiora kind of stands up and you kind of watch as she probably just untighten some of her very
Yeah.
tight dress.
Yeah, I think she actually goes to the washroom, probably clean herself after everything that has just happened.
I'm gonna, if the door is closed, she's gonna knock on the door and be like, 1.
Seriously, it's okay. Go rest.
No, talk to me. I also have to put towels in there, so she's gonna open the door a crack and just be like, is it cool if I come in?
When you come in, an alarm goes off.
What?
She set an alarm.
She fucking jumps and drops all of the towels. What the fuck is that?
I just wanted to make sure I was alone.
Can you turn it off?
Yeah.
Yeah, she like jumps and then like starts to pick up all the towels and like pushes the door open. And she walks in and goes over to like where the basket I assume we have is for like all of the towels, and then she kind of like mage hands the door closed and like, I don't know, like a bird probably just like pushes it closed and then dissipates. Yeah, it's like poof. No. She's like, whatever. She's like barely like paying attention to casting it, and then she like puts her hands on her hips and looks at you, and she's like, talk to me.
She's probably like that thing where it's like the head is like half about, like she's like kind of like really slumped in. Long day.
Yeah, super long day. We all almost died a couple times.
Yeah.
You've probably had worse days, knowing you, so.
I don't even know what to say. What do you want me to say?
I don't know. Tell me what's the matter. Obviously it was something I said that upset you.
I think it was... Well, you said it's not you. It's just the concept of, losing one person does change entire timelines.
Yeah, if you haven't noticed, I have been throwing knives at Lexi this whole time.
Yeah.
You see her ears kind of flatten out a little bit, and she's like, yeah, when I said that, I didn't mean that someone dying doesn't change a lot of things. I am aware that someone dying will change a lot of things on a scale of when people die, at least where I live, not much changes besides a lot of grieving and, celebration of like whatever. Yeah, the people close to them and everybody in the community, we all feel it. The community feels it. But nothing changes on a big scale. People still die because they don't have homes, or because they don't have food, or...
And what if they did have those things, Codex? What if they did? What if they lived and someone else died, and they had the energy to fix something instead of sitting around and doing nothing? Being a sad sack and letting the community grieve when we could fix something. You can't say that these lives aren't important because there are people underneath them, and they can fix things. And the ones that stay somehow just are the ones that aren't. And we just got fucking unlucky again.
She kind of like stares at you, and she looks a little shocked that you've raised your voice like that. And she kind of like swallows hard and walks a little bit closer, not too close. And she kind of like crosses her arms over her chest. She's like, that sounds like it's coming from a very personal place.
Yes, Codex, it is coming from a personal place. Congratulations. You've learned something.
Don't get angry at me.
I am just angry. Because you make mistakes, you lose people you care about, you think you're fixing things, and then all of a sudden, you're in front of... Like, she's probably, like, staring at you, and, like, it's like fire is spitting out of her mouth as she's saying all these things. You think you're fixing things, and all of a sudden, you're confronted with the god of fucking pleasure, and being told you have nothing pleasurable about you. There is no one that wants to have pleasure with you. And you're reminded that you spend so much time being someone's cheap thrill.
Well...
And you just sit and watch as everyone else gets to have pleasurable moments that happen. As you think about what you did. Because one person died.
She just like...
Half of me wants to use this wish just to fix that. And it is taking all of my energy not to.
I'm sorry.
I miss him so much. And she's probably like crying.
As soon as you say that, she just like walks up, steps down into the bathtub, and like pulls you into a hug.
Sometimes things explode and they kill people. And it changes everything. She's like struggling to say the next words. I made a choice. I thought it was going to help. I lost my brother. It was all my fault. And I brought the broken body to my mother, sibling, home, to my mother. And that's how I ended up in the echo chamber. So yeah, sometimes one death can change a lot.
She kind of pulls back and like holds your face in both of her hands, and she makes sure that you're like making eye contact with her, and she just goes and she looks at you. She kind of reaches up and she like cradles your face in her hands, and she just has this like very heartbroken, very sympathetic look on her face. But it's not like pity. You can tell she's kind of already started grieving with you. And she's like gently cradles your face and she's like, listen, sometimes all you can do is make the best choice in the moment. And a really smart person once told me that you have to keep taking risks to move forward. And nothing I can say in this moment, I think, would make it feel any better or even bring him back, but...
That's the thing. There is something I can say in this moment to bring him back.
And that's where we're going to end today's episode.
The Table is Yours releases episodes in video and podcast format every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific. You can follow The Table is Yours everywhere by the handle @TTIYDND. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you at the table next time.